Hello guys, welcome to the channel. In this video we're going to be looking at cryptocurrency charts. We just might take a few. Let's see how it goes. Some of the charts are lining up really nicely for us. We just need the price to give us a little bit of a confirmation, and then we'll jump into the trade. What I have here with me is AVAXUSD. That's Avalanche United States dollars. Okay, so now this is a beautiful currency. Looking at the thing with cryptocurrencies, their higher time frame charts kind of look funny, especially these new ones. So looking at this monthly time frame now, we barely can get any information from here. So I'm not even going to waste time on this. I'll just go straight to the weekly and see if we've got any info. Okay, I think just a little. Now, as we can see, the price seems to have made some sort of interesting range. This is usually a reversal pattern. Just a sec, let me bring out my. So when the market makes a huge move like this that we saw here, okay, cool. Once the market makes a huge move like this, it usually is going to breathe, take some time to breathe before continuing that move, or it's going to go against the initial flow. Now, one of the ways to know if it's going to go in the initial flow is when it breaks the previous pattern. Just this is a perfect example. As we can see how, let's get rid of this. We can see how the price moved down and then started creating lower lows, but in a very tight corner, right? In a very tight corner. Now this is an indication that breaking, just it creating lower lows is not really much of a problem, but it breaking the trend line is an indication that there's about to be a trend reversal. Right, there's about to be a trend reversal. So the market moves in different circles. It could from distribution, it goes to accumulation, and then distribution you get. Now the accumulation is where it does this stiff movement here. You get it, right? Now after this accumulation, it has to distribute, right? Now if it breaks downwards, keep going downwards, that's understandable. But once it breaks against the initial flow, that's a good sign that the market wants to reverse. All right, and then it has successfully done that, broke our area here, major zone here, and then kept going up, even up until the next major zone. But now it has retraced. It's now in between the 50% level of the two zones, this zone and this zone. In our previous videos, we've shown you guys how that the market respects some of the 50% of zones, 50% between two zones. You get, so this is one of such scenario. It respects this zone. Let's go to the daily and see what we find. So it respects this zone, but how do we confirm it has respected the zone and wants to move on? Usually when it gets to this level, it's either going to hit the level. Most likely you see things like this at such a level. It either come, hit the level and then go, or it's going to come down, break the level, retest it and then go. Usually that's what you see at levels like this. Now this is not always the case because the market doesn't respect thin lines. You get, it's not about the thin line, it's about the area, this area. So you could see a little bit of price action just as we are seeing here. All right, just as we are seeing there. Now let's get rid of this. But sometimes the market also could play with you to come hit here, go up and then break it and then still come up, and then you get, so you just have to be patient for the market to complete the move. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame quickly. and look for an entry. Okay, I think this is one of such scenarios I just spoke about. See how that it came here, acted like it wanted to go up, came, broke through, and then it's coming back again in. Right, so all of this we're going to have to be patient to watch and see how it reacts around here. So what we expect to see is, what we love to see is a retracement back to this level and then up. We would love to see how the market reacts around this level to inform our buyers if it's going to go up or down. But as it stands now, let's even confirm what's the trend. Here's the daily time frame. Could we draw a trend line from here? Cryptocurrency charts can be very weird sometimes. Okay, let's see what we find. Okay, this is pretty much still in an uptrend, so most likely we should see it respect the trend line, but that's not confirmed yet. So since this is already in an uptrend, we expect it to respect the uptrend line. But let's see how that goes. Nothing is certain in this game. We just have to follow the market and see how it leads us. And then another thing we've noticed is how this trend line seems to have been broken. Absolutely. So this is a perfect confluence. So if we are having an uptrend movement on the daily time frame, and then on the 4-hour time frame we have a break of trend line to the upside right on our 50% level, it's a good sign that the market might just tap in here and then look for a buy. So let's see how that goes. Once that is ripened, information will be sent to the VIP channel. Okay, let's look at something else. Let's look at BCHUSD. This is also lining up pretty much as expected. Let's start from the monthly time frame. See what I said? The monthly time frames are usually very funny for these guys, these cryptocurrency guys. Okay, but this is pretty much straightforward. We have a bounce off of the major zone here, major support, and just one candle to the middle. Wow, interesting. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Are we going to respect the 50% level or not? Looking at this funny trend line here, it appears we've broken to the upside. Okay, that's just one good sign. Let's look at what we have on the weekly time frame. Pretty much the same thing, but on the weekly time frame it's as though it wants to create a double top and then break neckline and come back down, but we can't guarantee that yet until it happens. We're just going to follow suit and see how that goes. But for now, we are at the 50% level for Bitcoin Cash. Let's look at the daily. We'll have any information. I think we could actually draw a trend line from here like so. Let's see how that pushes things upward. So once we see a break of this trend line, we already know we're headed down. We're headed down to form a double top and then break of neckline, retest, and bam, creation of the second leg. But up until then, we are still bullish on Bitcoin Cash. We are still bullish. If we will be able to break this level, I think that will be a pretty good sign for the bullish, for the buyers. I'll go to the 4-hour time frame and see what we'll find. If we could get any entries. No entries yet. So see how we faked out as though we wanted to go up and then came back down and just kept going, but we couldn't break properly. So what we would love to see here is a retest and then it goes up to break that line. That's what we would love to see, a retest and then it goes up to break. So you could take your first level target as this place if it's bullish, and then the second will then be the next major zone. Alright, I think that's self-explanatory, but we're not going to go into any trade on this yet until we see a confirmation. So let's see how this one plays out. Let's look out for another Dash USD. And as usual, we're going to start from the monthly to see what we can find and build our case. Pretty much the same thing as Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so we see that this one DSH created a new low, an all-time low. It's still currently trading around that area anyway. So is it possible for it to push up, or is it going to keep falling? We see how it was able to rise up until the next major zone and fell back down. So is this possibly going to go up as well? That's a possibility, because we're already at the lowest point right now, and it going further downwards might not. It's possible for it to go. Let's even look at. Okay, no, we don't have a Fibonacci play. I usually like to know what's happening with the Fibonacci, so especially for scenarios where we have an all-time low or an all-time high. So we could use the Fibonacci extension tool to determine where it could possibly get to before returning back to a reasonable price. But we don't have that here, so we just hope this goes as expected. This is already looking like an inverse head and shoulder pattern. Left shoulder, the head, and then right shoulder. So where are we going to call our neckline? Bam, this place. Okay, so let's see. We just hope this gives us a trading opportunity and it doesn't just spike up, leaving us behind just as Bitcoin did. So we're already seeing a heavy bullish move on the weekly time frame. Let's see what we have on the daily. So on the weekly, we can see an inverse head and shoulder pattern, which is a good sign for us. Let's check out what we have on the monthly, just to be sure. Okay, I see. Okay, let's go back to the daily. Do we have any new move? Any new information? Not really. Let's go to the 4-hour and see what we have here. So what we hope for on the 4-hour is a retrace to this level and then a move back. We hope for a retracement to that level before going back. Right, and once we have that, we're going all in for a buy right up to the neckline. So this price is targeted for the neckline. That's where the price is going. And if that's true, it then gives us an indication that BTC also might be going up further. But that's just speculation anyway. So let's see how this plays out. Let's hope we have an entry. Whatever the case might be, this is what we are going to do. Once we have an entry, we are going all in for the buys. We are favoring the buys on this one. I'm not sure this. It hasn't broken the trend line yet. So let's hope it reacts to the trend line and falls back and then break. Let's see how that plays out. I actually expect a sell off a bit because Bitcoin already had a huge bullish run. So let's see how this all plays out. What we'll do best is just be positioned for a good entry. We're positioned for a good entry. Okay guys, let's look at another coin. Okay, now we'll look at Ethereum Classic. Let's go straight to the monthly time frame. Or let's just start from the weekly. The monthly time frame usually doesn't give us much on cryptocurrencies unless it's an old one. Okay, so this guy looks like he's really bullish, right? Looks like it's really bullish on this tiny move right there. But the overall trend would say is bearish because it's been creating lower lows for a while now to this range. Has the trend been reversed? We'll find that out on the daily time frame, or we could just draw from here. I don't like this trend line, but let's use it and see where we're at. Okay, so that's an indication that we just might be headed up. Okay, but as we can see right now, our support area has been broken but hasn't been turned to a resistance yet on the weekly time frame. So what do we expect on this weekly time frame for Ethereum Classic? We expect a retracement to this level to retest this base. Let's see if we get a better picture on the daily time frame. Okay, this is the daily time frame. So we expect a retracement to that level. I think this is very easy. Let's expect a retracement here and then back up. That's what we just expect to see. Very easy. We will be sitting on our hands to see how this plays out. We just might, that's the thing with cryptocurrency, we just might push up here without giving us any opportunity, but that's not a problem. We won't chase the market. It's important not to chase the market. Right, so let's see how that plays out. That's for Ethereum Classic. What else do we have on our watch list? Filecoin. On the daily time frame already, we can see that Filecoin is right in the middle of the two zones. You see how it moved all the way from here, struggled around there, then eventually came back and then went up, and now is struggling there again. Alright, so what we are expecting now is to see how the market reacts around it. Is it going to respect? Is it even looking like a, let's look at the 4-hour time frame and see what it's doing there clearly. Okay, it wasn't a clean retest. It wasn't a clean retest, so we are hoping for a second retest. But for those who are more voracious in their risk appetite, could just go into the trade at this level, put a stop loss here, and then your take profits would be right at the next zone. That's a good 2.8:1 reward to risk ratio. Not bad. But we are rather going to wait for a better retest at this level and to give us a better reward to risk ratio. Alright, so that's what we are looking at on this coin. More beautifully, we seem to have a double bottom here. This is the neckline that was broken, but we don't see a retest, so it just could come in back here to retest it and then go up. Right, so let's see how that plays out. Came here, broke, so we're looking for buys now. Okay, so let's see how that plays out then. We'll stay updated. Link USD. I recently closed some profit on this one not long ago, but it still came back down to our break-even point. We took out some profit and it came back down to our break-even point. So it's struggling to break this level. It's been ranging in this level since November. So So it's struggling to break that level. So we're just going to keep sitting on our hands until it shows us a clean retest. As you can see, it broke here to the downside. We expected a reversal and then an entry, but it didn't do that. Instead, it went further to break to the upside again. Alright, so what we are expecting to see now is a good retest of the support level and then a move to the upside. Right, but if we don't see any of those, we're going to keep sitting on our hands. The price could as well come down and break out. We just want to see a break, retest, and then an entry. That's all we want to see. That's one of the easiest. Okay, so that's valuable information there. That's one of the easiest entry and more realistic entry. So if it breaks and you jump into the chart, it could fake you out just like it did here. Right, so it's important to allow the market confirm to you that it's ready to move now. Don't be in a haste. Or always be trading opportunities. If we have a good buy trade, so we're going all the way up to the middle. Alright, so that's a good one. It's going to be a good weight. So let's see how that plays out for us. What else do we have to look at? I think we have one more. ZECUSD, this is Z cash. So let's look at what it's showing us. Okay, we're pretty much on the same level. Also the break and retest, we're waiting for it to retest. I think this is the lowest point. Yeah, this is the lowest point. Let's see if we have a Fibonacci play, just so in case it goes down we would know. Nah, let's look at the weekly. Nah. Okay, let's zoom in a bit and see what we find. This is a serious problem because we already have some sort of funny double top here. Could that be a range? It better be a range. But if it wants to go down, how far can it go? Let's take it from here. Nope. Can we take it from here? That's not the swing for the. We can't do this. That's cheating, kinda. So let's just watch how this plays out. From what we are seeing, it has taken out liquidity at the bottom here. Alright, so most likely it's a good sign it wants to go up, but let's wait for the price to confirm that to us. So we want to see a comfortable break and close here and then a retest to the upside. So if we don't see that, we are not buying. If it comes back down and prints a good sell for us, then we're going to look for selling opportunities. And where could we put our take profit level? Okay, so we're going to leave this Fibonacci level here and see how that plays out. So if it hits that Fibonacci zone and gives us a beautiful sell, we're going to use the Fibonacci extension to determine our take profit level. Alright, so let's see how that goes. Alright guys, so if this video was helpful to you, it's a very lengthy one. If it was helpful to you, make sure to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell for subsequent updates like this. Peace out guys.